And I am now here with...
Julie Beth.
Hello, Julie. What brings you out to the One Mic show tonight?
I drove the two comedians, Shuli and Mad Dog, out here from New York City.
How did that come about?
They ran into me on Wednesday. They needed a ride, and I was available because I don't do anything.
And how are you enjoying scenic, lovely Vienna, Virginia?
I'm loving it. Looks exactly like Long Island, where I live.
How did you enjoy the show tonight?
It was hysterical. I loved it.
Now, you told me a story earlier tonight about you being on Howard TV. Do you want to retell that?
Yeah, pretty much it's the reason I'm unemployed right now. A couple years ago, I was working for a bank. One of my customers recognized me on Howard TV, and I got HR called on me and almost got fired. I had a whole case about it, and a year later, I was unemployed.
A customer called your HR department.
A customer recognized me on Howard TV, spoke to me. My manager overheard it and called HR.
Wow. Well, thank you so much.
No problem.
And I am now joined by...
Dr. Ivan? Ooh, you're lucky.
The great Dr. Ivan. What brings you out tonight?
I'm going to see my friend Shuli and Mad Dog.
And what did you think of the show?
Show rocked as always. Mad Dog worked the crowd, and Shuli tried some new shit out that actually worked. You lucky bastard.
Thank you so much, Doctor, and thank you for everything you do for the show.
Thanks. My balls itch. I'm going to go scratch them.
We're with the world's newest Drake fan, Mr. Mad Dog Mattern. How are you tonight, sir?
Good. He's the only artist that matters. Every other artist doesn't compete with Drake. Iggy Pop, Jackson Pollock, that other guy, they ain't worth a shit, man. Drake, only artist.
Nobody is. How's the tour going?
Tour's all right, man. We're making it happen, man. Nights like this, beautiful, man. Great crowd.
How's it going in comparison to the Block Party?
Well, I think you know where that answer's going to be, so I'm going to plead the fifth, baby. Block Party, this is the analogy, man. The Block Party had to end for several reasons. Block Party, we were Motley Crue. Now we're Black Flag. It's smaller, it's more punk rock, and we got to sleep on some floors sometimes. But we were fucking decadent with that Block Party shit. It's humbling to come back and make it a little more intimate like this. So it's cool, man. That's
a perfect reference, Black Flag.
We're Black Flag right now.
You're known for dealing with hecklers, and there was a nasty one tonight.
Yeah, he didn't mean nothing. He just ain't got nothing going on in his life, and he's drunk, and he's trying to fill a void. And it's weird, man. I murdered this dude on wax, to use some hip-hop terms, several fucking times, and he kept going back. And it's just like, where are we going to go with this? I still got 20 minutes to do up here, man. I need you to not be a fool. So it got rough. I had to ignore him. We had to talk to him a bit. Management had to talk to him. At the end of the day, I know it's just a guy trying to figure out something in his own life. And you feel bad having to put him down in front of people. But if it's you or me, it's going to be you every time, you know?
Is that the worst heckler you've encountered so far?
I would say no on that because I came, when I moved to New York, I played urban rooms and shit in Brooklyn and that, so that's some rough shit. You gotta learn to get good quick on that. I don't even keep track anymore. There's some horrible people. I've seen people throw punches and shit, try to attack me. On the Block Party, I had a dude come up and come close to hit me and then stop. Like, he was kind of harmless. He just wouldn't stop, you know? And I've had women hecklers that are horrible. Because women know, we've discussed this as comics. Women are the worst hecklers for the most part because they know they're not going to get hit. And this dude was an old dude. He knew he's not going to get hit. So he could keep going. What are you going to do? Go jump off stage and beat up an old dude? It ain't fucking going to work. You're going to beat up the dude who played the skipper in Gilligan's Island? No, it ain't going to happen. Take care, my brother. Respect, man. Thank you. I don't want you to edit it. I want you having me saying goodbye to the host of the show tonight on the fucking interview.
Exactly. Thank you so much.
That's it? What else you want? Come on. Meaning of life? Whatever you want, baby. Let's go, man. We get loose tonight. We got some indie rock playing.
The night's young.
It's young. I still got a 5.5 hour drive in front. So what are we going to do?
Keep drinking.
Queens. I'll keep drinking. Fuck it. I'm going to get a shake at some point, too. Fuck everybody, son. I don't care. Man, thanks for always coming out and respecting us and treating us good, man.
Anytime.
Rocks,
thanks for the support.
Salute, baby.
And I'm now here with the amazing and talented Shuli. How did you feel the show went tonight, Shuli?
Show was great, man. I loved the crowd. I loved the turnout. I loved the fact that they were just totally into being out and listening to some stand-up, and they kept asking for more and more stuff, and I was up there forever, man, and they loved it, and it was great. It was great. It was a home run.
You did a lot of new material tonight, the first time I had heard it for one. How did you feel that went off?
I thought it went great. I mean, anytime you try new stuff, it's always, nerve-wracking because you want it to all work, but if you've been doing it long enough that not everything works first time out the gate, and that's the whole point of doing it, is to polish it and craft it and hone it, and but there's got to be that time where you start getting it out, and I had a long list of new shit, and I wanted to get to everything, and I did, and that's a credit to this audience, man, because when it's a shit crowd, you just hurry through it, and you want to get out of there, and they were awesome. I kept wanting to try new stuff with them, because they were great. They were very receptive to it.
There's a comedian named Tom Segura who says that interacting with the crowd is what you do when you have no good material. How do you respond to that?
Well, I don't agree with it. I mean, I think there's certain situations where you have to interact with a crowd. I mean, when I started out in Vegas, there were many times that we had, 10 people or less in a room that held 100 people. And let me tell you something. You can't come out and start doing fucking going to the gym material and bits about flying on an airplane, because those 10 people are very uncomfortable and they feel weird that they're the only 10 people at a fucking comedy show, and the last thing they want to do is laugh and draw attention to themselves. They feel bad that nobody showed up. So the trick is to get them to put their defenses down, to get them to loosen up, to be a part of the show. And the only way you're going to do that is by interacting with them. And you take somebody like Mad Dog, for example. When he was in Vegas, we started out together. He wrote material and he did material, and Mad Dog didn't stand out from the crowd in any way, shape, or form. He wasn't a bad comic, but he wasn't what he is today. And when he got to New York and he hit the circuit and he hit every stage in the city every night of the week and found his voice, found his niche, found his act, really. I mean, who he is, what he's most comfortable on stage, and that is a guy who talks to the crowd, who interacts with the crowd, and he's phenomenal at it. So I don't agree with it. Maybe that's his opinion because it hasn't gone well for him, or he has a hard time doing it. Maybe he's been shown up by the audience talking to him, but that doesn't happen on our block, man. Mad Dog, myself, we've been in those rooms with 10 people and we've made them laugh. And when you can do that, then the rest is easy.
Now, with this tour, it's basically you and Mad Dog, and which was what a lot of people felt was the best part of the block party. How do you compare the two shows?
I mean, they're both fun. The block party was so much fun to just be everybody together, hanging out. It was a crazy, wild show. Nothing was scripted other than the comics are going to go up in this order. Everything that was done was pretty much off the top, and we never knew what to expect, and every show was different. With this show, this is more of a comedy show. This is without the bells and whistles, and if your goal is to come out and see Beetlejuice and that's it, and yell shit out from the show, then you're probably not going to like this show. If your goal is to come and see good stand-up comedy and laugh and have a good time and hang out, then this is the show for you. Both were a lot of fun. This is just strictly comedy, man. This is what we've always wanted to do, and now we're getting a chance to do it. And
it definitely was a great show. Thank you so much for your time.
Thank you. You sound so professional. It's almost hard to imagine we're in a shit stall right now. So,
which you drug me into.
You always want to break that fourth wall, don't you? You don't want anybody to think you're gay, right? So let me put my pants back up.